Pashas Matot, we learn about Nedorim, vows, and one makes a vow. He must fulfill it. Today we tell a story. There was a city in which the mikveh wasn't operating anymore. And the people in the city went to Reb Shalom Mekaminka, the Rebbe, and they told him, we don't know what to do. We don't have enough money to build a new mikveh. What can we do? And the Rebbe asked, isn't there anybody in town who's rich who can sponsor this? And they said, there is one guy who is very rich, but he is so stingy with his money. There's no way he's going to give anything towards this. So is there any advice? What can we do? And the Rebbe said, maybe I can help. I'll come to your town for Shabbos, and I'll try to get to know this rich guy, and we'll see how we can approach him. What can we say? And in fact, the Rebbe came for Shabbos. Mostly Shabbos, before he was leaving, everybody in town came to say goodbye to the Rebbe, to ask for a bracha, among them the rich guy. In the meantime, the Rebbe found out about this rich guy. He was living in a palace, but his life was a living hell. Because he had no shlom bayis. His wife didn't honor him at all, because he was so stingy. And he had no shlom bayis. And the rich guy came into the Rebbe and said, Rebbe, give me a bracha. What kind of bracha would you like? And the rich guy says to the Rebbe, I want you to curse my wife that she should die. That's the bracha I want from you. Oh, why would you want that? Asked the Rebbe. And the rich guy says, because my life is not a life. It's hell. I can't live with her. And the Rebbe says, I have an idea. I have a great idea for you. Chazal tell us, in Shabbos Daf Lamed Beis, if one makes a vow, and he doesn't fulfill it, his wife may die. Perhaps I understand that they need a mikveh in this town. Maybe you should make a vow that you should build a mikveh, but don't fulfill it. And then your wife will die. Maybe you should make this vow al da'as rabim, in front of many people, publicly, and that's a type of a vow that cannot be annulled. And the rich guy thought to himself and said, that's a great idea. I think I'm going to do that. And in fact, he called everybody in town, and he announced that he is going to build a mikveh for a town within a year. He never intended to do it. He went back home so happy. Finally, there's a solution to his problems. Weeks passed, a few months, and his wife is fine. She's very healthy. There's no problem. So he goes back to the Rebbe and says, Rebbe, this was some kind of a scam or something? My wife is 100%. You said she's going to die. And the Rebbe said, you know what the problem is? Chazal tell us in the Gemara that if one doesn't fulfill his vow, his wife may be taken away. Ishtoi shel Adam, Chazal say. A man's wife, but you don't treat her like a wife. You treat her like a piece of garbage. Go back home. Start honoring, respecting your wife. Perhaps then this will work. And this guy decided, I don't have what to lose. He goes back home and starts honoring his wife, respecting her. And the pasuk says, the way you treat others, they will treat you. And the wife sees that he's changed, he's a different person, so she started honoring and respecting her husband. And within a few weeks, life turned into Gan Eden. It was absolutely fantastic. It was heaven. However, a few months later, the wife became very, very sick. He took her to the doctors, and the doctor said, there's no way she's going to make it. She's going to die. And this rich guy went back to the Rebbe and said, Rebbe, my wife is going to die. Maybe you can give her a bracha that she will live. And the Rebbe smiled but said, didn't you want your wife to die? That's what you told me, and I gave you the advice, and it's going to work, so why are you so worried? And the man said, no, that was then. Things have changed. She's great. She is the greatest. My life is heaven. Let her not go away. I don't want her to die. And the Rebbe said, well, if that's the case, there's only one answer. There's one advice. Fulfill your vow. The only reason she's going to die is because you're not intending to fulfill your vow. But if you do, and you build a mikveh, then your wife will live. She will be healed. But the rich guy said, we're talking about a ton of money. And the Rebbe says, you're right, but you have to decide what's more important to you, the money or your wife. And the rich guy says, my wife, absolutely my wife. I'm going to build a mikveh. And in fact, he did. As soon as he got back home after he decided to build a mikveh, His wife was 100%. The smart advice of the Rebbe, to get a new mikveh, operating mikveh in town.